All right, welcome back to Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales. I am Bethany Stutzman, and we have Krystal Michelle right next to me right there.
Hi.
Sorry for the quick delay. I accidentally set it up for a recording and not a live broadcast, so we had to quickly change it real fast.
But here we are, ready for our deep dive into Bloody Mary.
I'm excited for this one.
Everybody's favorite ghost? Legend?
I thought that was Casper. No, he's the friendliest ghost.
He's the friendliest ghost. Casper, the friendly ghost. Right?
But
That's how it goes?
It is. It is.
My beautiful singing
But I think with I figure Bloody Mary's kind of a mixture, though. She's not just a ghost; like she's a witch in some legends and a couple other things. So you never know. Never know what's going to pop out there.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. And in case anybody doesn't know how to play the Bloody Mary game, there's alterations always, but the one that I know, the one that I think is most basic, is you go into a bathroom, dark bathroom, stare into the mirror alone and say Bloody Mary 3 times into the mirror, and then she comes out and attacks you. So that's... Have you ever played?
I thought we played.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure we did it like at your house, at my house, at Angela's house, Denise's house. I'm pretty sure every house we did it at.
I don't think we ever did it at Denise's house because we weren't usually allowed at her house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I remember doing it at Angela's house, and she had like that like split plan. So it was like you had the upper level, the mid level, and I guess just upper level and lower level.
Yeah, with the front door in between.
Yeah. But I know, like, for some reason, the downstairs living room was always kind of creepy down there. So we always ran back up the stairs. Or I found it creepy.
Yeah. I mean, because it was like one of those, like, it was partially underground, but not totally underground. I think that's why. Especially because in Arizona, you don't get a lot of that.
Yeah, you don't have basements in Arizona, for anyone not familiar with Arizona. There's no basements. Yeah. You don't go underground. Nope. You just stay out in the sun and bake.
Yeah. So that's true. Well, I'm getting paler every week because I'm not in Arizona anymore.
Poor Krystal, we got on and both of us popped up and she's like, I'm so pale. And I was like, I have no eyebrows. And like, so we had to go doctor ourselves up real quick.
I'm still pale. Nothing changed about that.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. Mike's on. He says all the cousins used to get together on the weekends and watch scary movies and spend the night at each other's houses. We'd love to we do it all the time.
Yeah. So did you ever see anything in the mirror? I know we used to stand outside the bathroom to freak each other out, but did you ever see anything?
Did I ever actually see anything, or did I just think I saw something? I think that is the high debate of the game of Bloody Mary.
I think that is the high debate. So yes, let's go with, did you think you saw anything? And
I don't think I ever saw anything. I would just always made myself scared. Mike says I saw myself and that was scary enough.
It's not the truth sometimes. Not about you, Mike. I'm not saying you're scary to look at, but sometimes looking at yourself in the mirror is pretty scary.
Well, especially when it's dark and you're already like hyped up thinking there's gonna be a ghost, and then you see something looking back at you and you're like, oh, it's me. Okay.
Yeah, and it's usually just like your eyes adjusting to the darkness, but
exactly,
like your mind's playing tricks on you so that it doesn't look exactly like your face. And I think that there's actually like a technical word for that, but I don't remember what it is. So sorry.
I don't know.
But I do. I don't think I ever saw anything either, but there was one time that I played with my brothers that like scarred me. So I was 8 at the most. I don't know exactly how old I was, but at the most I was 8. It was during the summer and my parents were gone. They were at work. So it was like actually in the middle of the day, but my parents' bathroom had like, there was where the toilet and the shower was, and there was a separate door. There's no windows, no skylight, no anything. So even in the middle of the day, it would be super dark in there. And my brothers were like, let's play this game. And I think it was the first time I'd ever heard about it. But of course, it was the middle of the day. There was no mirrors in there. So they told me she was going to come up out of the shower. And my 8-year-old mind, of course, saw this ghost rising up from the shower drain and was trying to get out of there. And my brothers wouldn't let me out. They were just like holding the door closed. It wasn't really one you could lock, but so they were just holding the door closed for a minute. When they finally let me out, I ran all the way to the other end of the house.
Oh gosh.
And I was scared of my parents' bathroom for a while.
Yeah.
And of
So you saw like a ghost come up out of the drain right there.
I mean, I'm sure I saw absolutely nothing, but
what? Okay, so like describe it though. What did you see, or you think you saw?
So our background photo would actually be pretty clear on a like just like this woman like coming up out of the shower drain, and then I turned around and closed my eyes and started like yanking on the door and banging on it and screaming for my brothers to let me out, convinced that she was going to come and stab me because that's what my brothers told me she would do.
Mike says all of the Gretch.
Yeah.
He also said earlier, just because you see yourself in the mirror, is it really you, or is it the spirit getting ready to jump out and grab you?
I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
How long do you actually stay there? Who's actually stayed there long enough to find out? Once you start seeing something, you usually like bolt out the door.
I don't know. No, I never saw anything, but I definitely creeped myself out. And then I remember one time, I don't think I had known you yet, but this was back with Lindsay, if you remember Lindsay. And we played it in my parents' house, which at the time it was a 2-story house. And we had what was called the 5th bedroom. And it was the bedroom on the downstairs. It was the only bedroom on the downstairs. So when everyone went to bed, everyone was upstairs. So if you were downstairs in the 5th bedroom, you were all alone. And it was past the stairway. And then you had the extra bathroom and then the 5th bedroom. And it was always dark back there. So I always got creeped out by going into that bathroom. I didn't like to use the downstairs bathroom because I was scared. And I went into that one for like Bloody Mary with Krystal. I'm sorry, not Krystal, with Lindsay and a couple other people from like elementary school or something. And I just remember saying it, and the curtains behind me, not curtains, but the shower thing started moving. And that scared the crap, not behind me, but next to me, it scared the crap out of me. And it was my cat Snowball. And like,
I was like, was your brother hiding in there?
No, but I would not put it past him because
I wouldn't put it past either of your brothers.
The stuff those guys have done to me, man. Those pranks. But no, it was just my stupid cat, and he was such a stupid cat. He was so mean. I'm convinced he did it on purpose because he was a mean, grouchy cat.
I mean, that sounds like a cat thing to do.
I know, but like your cats and my cats now, they're pretty cool, right? But like Snowball, he was a jerk. He was a
I was never able to pet Snowball or anything.
Yeah, he was beautiful, absolutely beautiful cat. But he just he knew he was beautiful, and he was like, can't touch this. And then he would like bite your toes. I don't know. That's what he did. Mike says, isn't the story of Candyman similar to calling his name 3 times? Yeah, I mean, I guess basically if you summon anything, isn't that it's like in 3s? Isn't there like power of 3, or is that Charmed? That's Charmed. The power.
But I don't think Charm pulled it from nowhere because it is like it's like if you hear about like demons scratching people, and it's like the 3 scratches because it's like
or knock 3 times.
Trinity.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably has something to do with the Trinity right there.
Yeah. So 3 is definitely a common number in situations like that. And I do think in a way Candyman is like another version of Bloody Mary. So I agree with that. And then also, sorry, I have to pull out my notes on this because there's words that I'm not going to be able to pronounce.
Yes, go for it.
So similar game that's believed to have been like a precursor to Bloody Mary back from the Victorian age, which is always fun to find out like how far back these things go.
Yeah.
So there was it was young single women would get together, and what they would do is they would be in a back house in a dark house. not necessarily a bathroom. Well, definitely not a bathroom. And what they were told to do is they'd be holding a candle and a mirror, like a hand mirror, and they'd walk up the stairs backwards in this dark house. And what they were trying to do, they weren't trying to summon a ghost, but they were trying to see like supposedly the face of their future husband would show up. So it'd be like, oh, this is who I'm going to marry. And it's called mirror divination or catotromancy.
Yeah, I see it. Captopatromancy.
Yeah. So, and then if you saw a skull or a Grim Reaper, then it meant that you would die alone and you would die before getting married. So not necessarily a spinster, because maybe you would die young. Yeah. And a spinster back then was what, 23?
I was going to say, yeah, wasn't it like 13, 14 or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, the Victorian age. And then just like I mentioned, like she'd come attack you, and I think, lots of different stories, like she might scratch your eyes out, she might my brothers told me she'd stab me.
Yeah, steal your soul,
steal your soul.
blood.
Yeah. And
basically, some versions, she wasn't a happy person.
No, she wasn't. And if you look at who they suggested she might be, that makes sense.
The Queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Queen Mary. Like, so I think she's the most popular suggestion, Queen Mary. Mm-hmm. And then also Elizabeth Bathory.
Yep, the Hungarian Countess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was a fun one.
Tortured and killed around 660 girls and women, bathed in their blood, and was accused of vampirism. Wow. Why are there no stories on her right now?
I mean, there are.
Well, I mean, like historical fiction horror stories, because I feel like that would be awesome.
Hold on. I mean, do I see? I have a whole horror fiction series, vampire series about her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What's that?
Well, I'm trying to find it, but it might not be on this bookshelf. Yeah, I don't think it's on this. Where is Landa? I don't think it's on this bookshelf, but the first one is called The Blood Countess, and the author is Gian Calogridis. I don't know if I'm saying that correct. But yeah, so it's a obviously fictionalized version, and she's a vampire in it, and so, and the whole her bathing in blood is probably a rumor, but she did do some really horrible things. So
I mean, I don't know about it. May or may not be a rumor. I mean, look at people now. People will do like blood facials and stuff like that.
Right, that's weird.
So
no offense if you do blood facials, but
it's weird.
It's weird.
I worked in the spa industry. That's not the normal menu.
Yeah. So, but yeah, one thing that she definitely did do is she would cover servants in honey and leave them outside to be like
feasted upon.
Yeah.
Now that was Candyman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because that was his thing. He was covered in honey and the bees came on him or something.
Yeah. So maybe for Candyman they took that from that.
Or was inspired by it.
Yeah, inspired by it. So, I mean, I definitely could see, like, I mean, let's just face it. Elizabeth Bathory she was probably mentally ill, but she was definitely also evil. Mm-hmm. So if she was coming out of my mirror, I'd be horrified of what she would be doing.
Yeah, especially if I was like 10.
Yeah. Give me your blood.
Nope. It just peace out. I got this cool thing called a light switch. Click, you're gone.
Right. Light switch was the best thing during that game.
I know. I
Oh,
know.
look, she's
Because like in
gone.
the Victorian area, what you gotta do, you gotta like try and relight the candle. You're all
Oh my gosh.
I don't know,
Your
however they lit
candle goes out
the
and you're just
flick.
like, I'm
Well,
about to die.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be haunting this house for 20 years.
Right? Yeah.
So
And then something that I learned about Queen Mary, which I hadn't known until, oh look, it's Indy.
I know. He couldn't wait anymore. He sat patiently in his little tree.
And I can't ignore him when I see him. I just
I
have to
know.
say hi. But with Queen Mary, so she had two false pregnancies before she
Oh,
died, which I did not
false
realize.
pregnancies or
Yeah. So
like
like
a
she thought, or like phantom pregnancies, I
oh,
guess.
okay.
So like she thought she was pregnant, and she even like got, bigger and was like experiencing all the symptoms of pregnancy, but just never had a child. And
Hmm.
so one of the versions of the Bloody Mary game is that she might be like holding a baby or crying for a baby. And like there's one version that you play where you're supposed to like hold your arms out like you're holding a baby.
Oh, okay.
And supposedly your arms will start getting heavier with the weight of the baby as she appears. And then she's going to try to like take the baby from you, which I'm like, your arms are probably just getting heavier because you're holding them out in front of you in reality.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I could, in that situation, it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, there's phantom baby in my arms. And I didn't understand why until I was like, oh, okay. Like that was one of Mary's things, is like she really wanted to make sure that Elizabeth didn't succeed her on the throne. So she was like, I need to
Oh.
have a baby so that there's no way my sister can get the throne after me.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, she didn't have a baby. She died. Elizabeth took over and was queen for like 70 years, I think.
Mhm.
So, and then of course, Queen Mary did actually earn the nickname in history as Bloody Mary because of all the Protestants that she had burned at the stake. She had over
Mhm.
300 Protestants burned at the stake in like 2 years.
There's that 3 number again.
Yeah, right? Call her name three
Showing up.
times. Um, so I think, so to me, that's like in my mind, that's always been who Bloody Mary was, because it just makes sense. Like that's who she was to history. So I don't know
See,
why that would be how she decided to haunt people, but
yeah.
you don't know.
I always pictured Bloody Mary as like a crockety old witch. Like that's what I always pictured her as. And there was a book actually. It was a supernatural book. Um, but it was written by Jeff Marriott, great guy. He actually comes down to like the Tucson Festival books a lot, and
Oh, nice.
I think he lives in Phoenix and stuff. Really cool guy. And he wrote one. It's one of those supernatural books, and it was like the Witch's Canyon, something like that. It was one of those that I recognized his name when I was listening in on a talk, and I was like, his name sounds familiar. And I came home and I saw that I had a book of his. I was like, oh.
Nice.
um, but in it was like, I think it was kind of based in Arizona, and it had like this witch who would just go around, like, the canyon witch or something. And that's what once I read that, it correlated to me what I always thought of Bloody Mary as, just like this witch who would go around and either steal children. See, that's what I always thought, was that she would grab you and pull you into the mirror with you or with her.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
heard that
always
one
thought.
too.
So, hey, Londa,
Oh,
there she
there's
is.
Lanta. Hey.
Mike was worried about you. Krystal and I were fine, but Mike was really worried about it. But yeah, that was always my fear. Maybe it was like an Alice in Wonderland type of thing, like going through the looking glass. I never liked that part,
Yeah.
but that's what I always pictured, was like some witch who you would just, because you would have to close your eyes and say Bloody Mary and then open them.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, I just was always afraid that there was going to be a witch right there who's gonna be like, ha ha ha, and like come at me and just grab me and pull me in. But nothing happened. So
Yeah.
Londa says hi, Mike.
I mean, we're still here. Didn't get our eyes scratched out. Didn't get sucked through a mirror.
Yeah.
If we
Yeah.
did,
No.
we never knew it. We're actually in an alternate reality right now,
Exactly.
and we just never knew.
I just realized my laptop's not plugged in. It's all turn your battery saver on. So pardon me as I plug in my laptop.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't just randomly leave me alone.
Right. There we go. The screen's all bright again.
Mary got you.
Right. Mike says it's more fun to watch extraordinarily scary movies and get drunk and then do it. I believe that is all of our childhood. Well, not drunk, not
the drunk part.
No, that's more of like, college years. But yeah.
I'm actually not sure I've ever done it drunk. Maybe I should try. That seems like a time to really freak myself out, doing it drunk after watching a scary movie. Maybe after watching a Bloody Mary movie.
Yeah. I don't think we ever did anything. I think we just like drank and watched scary movies and then we like went to bed. So.
Like when we were older?
When we were living together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we never did Bloody Mary when we were living together.
No. We don't want to bring that stuff into our house. We had enough drama in our house with all of our roommates.
Yeah, we definitely had drama.
That's another story.
Yeah. We don't need to get into that.
No.
But I think, and of course, like, I know you mentioned that you always imagined her being a witch. And that's, that is one of the theories as well. That's like the other, like, Elizabeth Bathory, Queen Mary, or like a witch. And often the name given to the witch is Mary Worth. I'm not sure why, because I tried to find that, and probably some woman that was unfortunately burned at the stake at some point.
Yeah. Londa says, don't think I ever actually played it. If I did, I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should play tonight.
I know.
See what happens. See if a ghost comes and gets you.
I feel like, Londa, you're taking notes of all the games that Krystal and I mentioned. And you're just going to have like an epic party one day.
Like, I think it'd be really fun to have like a huge slumber party and like play all the games we used to play again.
She says no.
Like, obviously, she's like, nope. I actually think that would be fun. Like, play all those games again. But like this time we could be drunk if we wanted to be.
There we go. That would be a show where we all Blondes, Books, and Campfire special edition. And it could just be whenever we meet up.
Slumber party edition.
We could have a watch party.
Slumber party games for you.
Played, light as a feather. Yep.
Definitely a classic.
Yep. But I think half the fun of Bloody Mary wasn't so much of like the legend of Bloody Mary. I think it was more of just, once again, you're alone. Like so many of these urban legends is that you are alone in some situation.
Yeah.
So I got to put Mike's comment on here. The toasted edition.
Yes, that would be perfect.
Is it s'mores or the vodka? We don't know.
I mean, we could totally make a s'mores flavored drink because there's s'mores flavored vodka, get some Ghirardelli liqueur, and then rum it with graham crackers.
Yep. I also used to take the marshmallow when you would make s'mores. I'd take the marshmallow and dip it in Bailey's Irish cream and then make my s'more.
Ooh.
That's what I did.
That sounds good.
Yeah. It's pretty delicious.
Never did that.
Now I kind of want s'mores.
Now I kind of want marshmallows soaked in Bailey's. I don't care about that. Just give me some Bailey's marshmallows.
We're going to take some notes for our toasted edition.
But like, I guess you'd have to do that after you toasted it, because otherwise it would just like really go out.
Well, yeah. Otherwise it's all.
I mean, I always like to light my marshmallows on fire, but that might be a little bit too extra.
Oh my goodness. I just always think of Napoleon Dynamite where he's like flinging it and it hits the guy in the face, the flaming marshmallow.
Oh my gosh. That would hurt so
bad. It would. But in the movie,
it was and sugar burns are like really bad.
Yeah. So, well, especially marshmallow because it sticks to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, back to Bloody Mary.
Okay, good, because I was about to go off on a whole other tangent about a lady that threw boiling sugar water on her
Wait,
husband.
what?
Oh,
Okay, we can hear that one.
okay.
What you got?
So I think it was within the last year or so. A woman found out, I think this was in England. She found out that when her children were small, her husband, who was their stepfather, abused them.
Mm.
And so when she found out, she got really mad and she boiled a pot of water and sugar, basically made boiling simple syrup, and threw it on him. And so like any sugar for sugar burns really are bad, like it, because it's simple syrup too, so like it literally just becomes like it sticks to you and it burns you instantly and it just goes super fast, and so like basically like melted his skin off.
Jiminy.
Yeah, he died. She's in jail.
Well deserved though. Yeah.
Yeah, because like it was physical, but he wasn't beating them, and that's pretty much all that I'll say about that.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Not def- Yes, that was a cat running behind you.
No, both of them have got the zoomies.
Definitely never advocating for murder, but if I was in her situation, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah.
You can get it.
Yeah.
But have you noticed that a lot of the urban legends that we talk about, it's always alone somewhere? Like alone, like the vanishing hitchhiker, you're alone right there.
Ghosts come. They come when you're alone.
But why? Like, wouldn't it, like...
Because that's when your imagination runs wild? I don't know.
I guess so. I don't know. Normally when I'm alone, then I don't want to people. So why would you want to talk to a ghost?
Well, you don't know it's a ghost in the vanishing hitchhiker until you like go to drop them off and then they're not there.
Worse than water.
Oh, salt water. Pour some salt water.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mike's all getting descriptive.
Mike's like, I know what I would do.
I know.
Don't you abuse my kids.
Right? Oh my goodness. But I've seen a lot of versions of Bloody Mary. That's not necessarily Bloody Mary, but just versions of going into the bathroom and saying stuff. Actually, maybe they were doing Bloody Mary, but I don't know if you watched it in Paranormal Activity. I don't know which one. It was the one where the girls were younger. And so it was like their stepdad and their mom who were filming in the house. And so the uncle was over babysitting the girls. And one of them wanted to go play, maybe it was Bloody Mary. And they went in the bathroom and they say it, 3 times. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden the entity that runs rampant throughout, the Paranormal Activity world starts just wreaking havoc in the room next to them, So there's that.
I think I've seen that one, but it's been, Beetlejuice.
Yes.
That's
there you go, Londa.
Beetlejuice, I don't know. He seems like a cool dude. I'd say Beetlejuice 3 times. I'm pretty sure I just did. But I'm not alone, so he's probably not going to come now.
Oh, gosh. There was totally off tangent, but what was that show? Community. Okay, with Joel McHale in it and Chevy Chase. And apparently it's like one of the longest running just jokes because it spanned across multiple seasons of this show. And at one point someone says Beetlejuice. And then a few seasons later, someone says Beetlejuice. And like the next season, the second someone else says Beetlejuice, you see a guy in a Beetlejuice costume walking behind them, just in the background. But it was so... You're just like, when you're watching the show, you don't think of that. So how they caught that, I don't know. They must have been binge watching it, but I was like, wow.
That's so funny. I love that. I haven't watched Community, but I like that.
I didn't really watch it, but I think I saw that thing on TikTok. Like I've seen a couple like episodes and stuff. I don't know if Jesse showed me or Axel, but someone showed me. But
yeah, random episodes you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen like random bits and pieces of it, but
Hmm.
I haven't actually watched it. But that's
But
really
yeah,
funny,
there's that power of three again. So.
right? Um, and then I'm trying to think of other similar, because we've already talked, Candyman goes
Mhm.
about the same thing.
Then we had
With
a
the,
Supernatural did an episode of it.
yeah, that was a good episode. That was the first season or second season?
That was first season. That was back when they were doing like traditional urban legends
Mhm.
as each of the episodes, and then they started having the underlining plot take over.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I thought they did a really good job with that one.
Yeah. And with
So,
like the handprint on the back of the mirror, and she was a murder victim.
hmm, yeah,
Yeah.
I like how they tricked her or not or like stopped her was they held up a mirror in front of her, and so she saw herself in the mirror, type thing. So I was like, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was because she was like going, it was like she saw a bat, like because it was, you had a secret about somebody's death or something, right?
Yeah, you had to have been involved in someone else's death,
Yeah.
type thing, and her boyfriend had, or one of the girls, like her boyfriend had killed himself. Another person, there was like a car accident or something.
Mhm. Yeah. And then, of
So
course, she was involved in lots of people's deaths.
I know Bloody Mary kind of killed them all. So yep. Mike says Pumpkinhead. I forgot about but did they do it like three times, or did the guy just do a ritual to bring Pumpkinhead to kill people to avenge?
Oh my gosh, I don't
I
remember. I
don't.
haven't seen Pumpkinhead in a while.
I watch it like every year. I love Pumpkinhead. Like
I
love
need to
it.
watch it. I was thinking about watching it this year, and then I don't think I did for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I need to watch it again
I
because,
think
yeah,
it's
it's
because
been a hot minute since I've watched Pumpkinhead.
well, I like it because it's not CGI. It's like actual movie magic right there with like
Yeah,
creature feature stuff. So
yeah.
that was that was fun. I like Landa. I did Candyman once, the game, not some dude. And she goes, I didn't die.
So what Londa's telling us is she doesn't fall for the line of, "Hey, little girl, do you want some candy?"
Oh my gosh. I love that you had to clarify the game and not some dude. That was perfect. Yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty
man.
creepy, Mike.
No, I think, yeah, Candyman's definitely a good one.
Hmm.
Um, I was actually watching a Bloody Mary movie. I watched Curse of Bloody Mary, which also shows up just as Bloody Mary, and it was made only a couple years ago. Definitely low budget,
Hmm.
like super low budget. You and I talked about this a little bit before the show started.
Hmm.
So there was very few special effects. Um, but one thing I thought was funny about Mary is she was totally normal. Like she was wearing like her clothes weren't like super tattered or anything. Her hands, like they did a couple close up of like her hands and her feet, and they were clean. And she was supposed to be this witch that had lived in the woods.
Oh
She was
gosh.
clean. She wasn't dirty at all. But then
I
her
mean,
face had all this like super thick caked on makeup. And actually, like for being low budget, it really wasn't that bad of a movie. Like, and they had kind of an interesting twist on it. So, spoiler alert, if anybody hasn't seen it and wants to, past the next few seconds. But what they did is, so she was a witch that lived in the woods, and they kind of tied in the baby thing, like she had a baby and it had died or whatever.
hmm.
And then they actually kind of tied in Elizabeth Bathory too, because they were like,
Really?
oh, and then she brought in the young girls from the village and she killed them after she lost her baby. So they kind of tied in a lot of stuff from multiple legends. And then but they were in this like old like house, like camp house kind of thing in the woods, and once you called her, you weren't able to leave.
Oh,
So you were stuck there.
yeah.
And so, and I'm not going to tell everybody everything about it. So that's kind of, so that's as far as I'll go for the spoiler. But I thought that that was kind of an interesting twist. Like you couldn't leave, you were stuck.
Just
And talking
physically.
about, yeah, and talking about pulling through the mirror, that was something that she did as well. She pulled a couple people actually through the mirror into like this hell dimension. So
I mean, that's pretty in depth. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
it had a slow start. But once it got a little bit more action, it actually was pretty interesting. But I would recommend, if anybody watches it, to turn on closed captioning, because they weren't always mic'd up correctly and it was hard to
Oh,
hear them sometimes.
look how cool Indy looks right there. Sorry. It was just his eyes. So
I know, he's just like, look at my eyes.
I know.
Look into my eyes and call me Bloody Mary.
He's all, my name's Indy. I was trying to look up like references for Bloody Mary and stuff. And so I guess Londa, she says, hi, kitty. So yeah, they did have it in Charmed. There was a demon who makes killers from different horror movies come to life, and one of them was Bloody Mary. Okay. Ghost Whisper had something that involved the Bloody Mary legend. That one I'd like to go back and watch. I liked Ghost Whisper.
Yeah.
Obviously Supernatural. Mm-hmm. It's funny. I don't know how well you can see my screen.
Not at all.
It's just all whited out. Oh, kind of.
Kind of.
Oh man, for like a split second, you can kind of see it. No,
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think basically it's happening. And it's like as you turn it away, we can see it.
Yeah. It was like Charmed episode paragraph. Ghost Whisper episode paragraph. Supernatural. I had to scroll to get to the next thing.
It's like, here's all the Supernatural stuff.
This is kind of cool. There's an X-Files one. I'm going to watch this one tonight because I will watch anything X-Files. And I can't pronounce this. It's like SYZYGY. Okay.
SYZYGY.
Yeah. I guess so. All it says is an episode of the X-Files concerns her legend. That's all I got. Season? It doesn't even say. It just says an episode of the X-Files concerns her legend.
Well, that's not helpful.
I know. I could click on it and go to like IMDb, but I want to stay on this page here.
No, you're good.
Let's see. 2-part season 1 finale of the horror anthology show, The Haunting Hour.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Where can I find that show?
I'm going to click on that one and see where that's on. Oh, R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour. Oh.
Okay.
So we'll just have to look it up. I'd show you a picture, but my phone won't. Oh, kind of. Well, no, it's still kind of.
I thought that was like the Chevrolet emblem for a second.
Nope, it's The Haunting Hour.
Brought to you by Chevrolet.
Yes. Let's see. The Regular Show. I've heard of that. Oh, South Park did one. Hell on Earth.
Okay. I should not be surprised about South Park doing that. The Simpsons has probably done Bloody Mary too.
I'm sure they have. Although it's not listed here, which is weird. The American Horror Stories Anthology, season 2, episode 5 was Bloody Mary. She appears as a black deity.
American Horror Stories Anthology.
Yeah. A deity who grants wishes only after you complete a gruesome task or act. If not, she will gouge your eyes out. Also, will do it if she doesn't like what she sees in your soul. So you can pretty much.
If you're like summoning her to do something gruesome, I feel like she's probably not going to like what's in anybody's soul that's doing
it. Mike, yes, definitely. I'm pretty sure Kenny probably died. Although of all of them, wouldn't that be funny if Kenny was the only one who lived?
Right? Like, let's mix it up a little bit. Kenny lives, everybody else dies.
Exactly. And then it goes into books and then video games that have that reference. Oh, and music. Oh, yeah, Lady Gaga. There you go.
Yeah, the Bloody Mary song by Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've been hearing that song everywhere lately. I think it was
really?
I think it was in Wednesday.
No. So it was a different song that played, but TikTok took over and played the Bloody Mary song over it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry, I knew it had something to do with Wednesday. That's what I've been.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I already knew the song, but
yeah, because my girls were
Wednesday
obsessed
they
with
used
that.
Oh, now I'm not going to be able to think of the song, but I know it.
I gotta look it up because I can't think.
Yeah.
Let's see.
They used the
Wednesday dance song.
Mike, Londa, if either one of you has a functioning brain and you remember, you can help us out. I can't remember like, I know the song. It's a
I
song I've
know.
known for years, like way before Wednesday, but I just can't think of it right now. Um,
Man, and everything just has the Wednesday song.
no, it's the blue blue blue.
So, Goo Goo Muck by the Cramps.
Thank you. Yeah. Blue blue blue. That's the same thing as Goo Goo Muck. Same
It is
thing.
very close. It is very close. Oh, it was also previously featured in the 1986 film The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
The song?
Yeah. Interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, Lady Gaga does have a Bloody Mary song.
Mm-hmm.
Poker Face is a good song, though.
It is a good song. I just like that my dad likes Lady Gaga.
Oh, really?
He does. When I got married and we did our little like a dance montage for the father daughter dance, because we can't do just normal stuff. We have to go superstar.
Yeah.
And so we did this whole montage of like dancing evolution thing. And he was adamant that we had Lady Gaga in there. And we learned the routine. Like my dad rocked it.
Which Lady Gaga song?
Bad Romance. Yeah, coincidentally perfect for my wedding and my marriage. So
He knew. He's like,
I know.
He's like, this is going to be my subtle hint about what I think this whole situation
like,
is.
This is how I accept my daughter's situation right now. I know the song plays Poker Face, but that does not sound what she is saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That's so funny.
But I think that's what's fun about the Bloody Mary game is that you don't even really have to have a mirror to do it. I mean, that's the whole point, is to do it in a mirror, but any type of reflection, like reflective surface, you can do it. And I think that's like, that was like the Supernatural one where she traveled through any reflective surface.
Yeah, they showed her in like windows and stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm. Things like that. So pretty much, but that's always kind of the thing. Like, I don't know about you, but, and this could be a topic for another episode, but I'm always afraid of like, what are they called? Like mirror people or something, where it's like, you look at your reflection and your reflection is doing something else.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Londa, like some religions, it is like a mirror, but like Krystal said, during Victorian time, it was just pretty much like those tall mirrors after walking upstrinks.
No, they had a hand mirror as they were.
Oh, a hand mirror. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Conjuring, they had the mirror. It was like that little cranky music box mirror thing.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and then like with the whole mirror people that you were talking about, that just reminds me, this is another thing from back in like the Victorian era, like when people died and they would cover all the mirrors in the house because they thought that it would like trap their soul.
Yeah, you know, the spirit stuck.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of that they kind of talk about that a little bit in the Supernatural Bloody Mary episode, because that's basically what happened. Is she was killed in front of a mirror, and her soul got sucked into the mirror, and then she started killing people.
Exactly.
Through mirrors. So,
but mirrors just in general are creepy. That's why I think it's because like even now I am almost 40 years old and I will not look in the mirror Sunday. But like the point is I will still not look in the mirror late at night when I go to the bathroom. I will have all the lights off. I will like wash my hands like this and I'll turn it off and then I will like run to my bed. Like, I don't want to look into a mirror or reflective surface and see something else looking back at me.
This is going to sound weird. I actually like to look in the mirror at night, like if I wake up to go to the bathroom and just like see how well I can see myself and like, and just be like, is there anything there? Like, I guess I'm the opposite. I'm looking to see if there's anything else in the mirror with me. I'm like, come on, bitch, bring it on.
I'm sorry, Londa. Oh, thank you. Well, welcome to Blondes, Books, and Vampires, where we give people phobias.
If we have them, you have to have them too.
And it's twisted. I feel we're all a little bit twisted around here.
Right? You kind of have to be.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I don't know. I like to look in the mirror at night, see if there's anything else there. I guess I'm a weirdo.
Speaking of stuff behind you, I see Olive behind you.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
There you go.
There she is.
She is just like, she's all, I don't care. I'm here.
Say hello to your fans, Olive. She's like, whatever. Don't talk to me. She came out from under the blanket, at least. She was all buried underneath there earlier.
Nice. Mike said that when he was little, he didn't like them because of the movies that he saw.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes if she looks like she got busted. I mean, I can never turn the right way. Now she's just cleaning herself. She doesn't care.
It's
like whatever.
Like, I don't know, like Londa and Mike, like when we look on here, we can't, everything's opposite. It's like that mirror effect. So if I'm pointing this way, I'm actually pointing this way. But it's like weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So even though I see like the things, so I know that if I want to, like, I should have to move this way. Like it's weird. You have to think backwards. We're mirror people right now.
We are. Oh my God. We are the mirror people. No. Maybe that's why I'm always afraid, because I am the monster. No.
I knew it.
Oh my goodness. So many things explained.
It all makes sense now.
Yes.
But I do think, like, sometimes if it's late at night and I've watched a really scary movie, then sometimes I don't want to look in the mirror. Because if you're in a freaked out mode, why do you want to look in the mirror? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you're already past the point of like freaked out, you're just like, I just want to watch a nice crime documentary to, you know, soothe it down.
Right. It's like, I just got freaked out. Okay, now I need
something not scary.
I'll go watch a documentary about Elizabeth Bathory.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll calm me down before I go to bed.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know. Do you have any other things you want to talk about with Bloody Mary, or?
I think we covered. I mean, I think we covered most of it, really. Like, I mean, yeah.
It's a pretty simple game.
It's a simple game, but there's so much behind it.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of different theories, a lot of like, you know, did you actually see it? Did you give yourself like self-hypnosis, or, you know, what did you do? Because I mean, think about it, you're standing there staring at something, you're concentrating, you are kind of hypnotizing yourself a little bit.
Yeah. And like, if there is a light, it's usually a candle, which is like a lot of times with hypnosis, that's kind of what they'll do, is like, they'll have like, you know, it's like a light or just like a small point for you to focus on.
Yeah. The little pocket watch.
Yeah. So it really can be like a way of self-hypnosis and, and freaking yourself out.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I think I do remember one time at your house, I don't remember if it was you or because we were all taking turns doing it alone. I don't remember who, but when they came out, we all jumped out of the 5th bedroom at the person.
Oh. I don't know who it was. I don't know. But I feel like that's something we all would have done.
Yeah, they freaked out so much.
Let's see. End all scary movie marathons with the movie Summer School with Mark Harmon and Kirstie Alley. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. But
I understand needing, like, if a movie like really freaks you out, needing to watch like a happy movie. I've done that before.
Well, it's like a chaser. It's like a happy chaser after. After. Yeah. Londa likes that movie. Is it like a comedy, or is it? If you guys want to let us know. Yeah, because I haven't heard of that movie before. Summer School.
I feel like Kirstie Alley did a lot of comedy.
She did. But she did a lot of like drama too, didn't she? I don't know. I wish you just all. Oh, Londa says comedy.
Comedy.
Yep.
I'll have to look into that one.
Hilarious comedy. Summer School teacher, and she was Kirstie Alley, and it was awesome.
Okay. So she played herself.
Yeah.
I love it when people play like just an over dramatized version of themselves.
Oh my gosh, the Nick Cage movie was the best version of that you could possibly
Okay,
do.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
What is it on? What is it even
go
called?
watch it.
What is
Oh
like?
my god, it's like
I've
insane.
seen memes from it, but
Yes, like the insanely. Let me just look it up because you have to. Oh, I love that movie. Nick Cage, yes, and Pedro Pascal. They were both just so perfect. I laughed, I cried. It was such a good movie. Um, the unbearable weight of massive talent.
okay,
Yes, and yeah, down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer is.
that's a funny one. One time after I did get freaked out after a scary movie, Peter Pan. That's what I watched that night.
Peter Pan.
Yeah, my roommate and I climbed into my bed and watched Peter Pan.
Oh
We were
gosh.
like, I don't want to be alone.
Flying to Neverland.
So we watched Peter Pan.
Mike, I'm so excited you said down Periscope because I feel like I'm the only person I know besides my family who's seen down Periscope, like not from like me showing it to them, but who have just seen it. Because I love that movie. That was so good with Rob Schneider. Crystal, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Did
I
I
saw
show
it
it
when
to
it
you?
first came out.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, I
I've
love that.
probably seen it multiple times, but it's been a while. Maybe I should
Yeah.
watch it again.
Yeah. I just love that.
Yeah.
That's all. I found a fingernail on my food. Yesterday it was a Band-Aid. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. The Band-Aid was holding the fingernail on. Londa. I can quote that whole movie.
Oh. So next time.
Right? We're like down Periscope.
Next time Bethany's just going to quote down Periscope to us.
Pretty
all.
much. I will do the whole, I'll get like the scenes and everything. I'll have like a little submarine and I'll be all like, pew, pew. The female sailor. She was very recognizable. Oh, now I gotta.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen the movie, so I'm not going to know.
Down
tell you that.
Periscope. Lauren Holly. Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff.
Oh,
Dumb and Dumber.
Familiar.
What Women Want. Oh, she was on Don't Hang Up. So yeah, she's on a lot of stuff.
All right, nice.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Oh, she was the boss lady in NCIS with Mark Hamill. Oh,
all right,
nice. All right, well, I think that's probably it for Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales tonight with Bloody Mary. Krystal, do you have anything coming up that you want to promote or talk about?
This Saturday, June 3rd, we will be doing Murders, Mystery, and Mayhem. I think I've said it before, but there was scheduling conflicts and it had to get rescheduled. So Hollywood Weird Murders and Mysteries, like on set, but not necessarily all of them on set. So that'll be on Saturday, about 2 Pacific time, I believe, is when we'll be going live. So if you like to talk about Holly Weird, we'll be doing that. And then, of course, I want to say, I know I already said it, but happy birthday, Bethany.
Thank you.
That's on Sunday.
Yep. But we're going to be doing it on Saturday. So I'll try to hop on maybe on my phone or something and say hi to you guys. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, you'll be partying it up. So, if you can't join, we'll understand.
Very good. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Londa. Thank you, Mike, and everyone else who watches this. But thank you for joining us, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Topic to be determined.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.